Should Rio Hatate have been sent off for his tackle in the Kilmarnock match? We put up to a poll, 748 votes, alright, on this Thursday morning. I'm breaking it down. Yeah, he should have been sent off. It's alright to admit your players should have been sent off. You were 2-0 up, you'd have won the game anyway, so we can just leave it at that, and I can end the video 20 seconds in, but that would be easy. That would be quick and painless. We need to drag it out and we need to discuss it, folks. But that's my opinion, alright? Now, 648 votes, or 700, I can't read, 748. 46% said definitely a red, 54% saying no, a yellow was enough. There is not one person in Scottish football, apart from Derek McInnes, which is, well, you could argue that's fitting, has turned around and said, they ain't wearing green tinted specs, by the way, has turned around and said, no, a yellow was enough, it shouldn't have been a red. I don't know why Derek McInnes turned around and said that, because for me it's clearly a red. And here, this is why I think it's clearly a red, right? Just based off what other decisions have been reds for. I mean, this isn't it's not a horrific decision. It's not like, holy moly, how did he not send them off for that? I think there's definitely been worse decisions this year. Don't get it twisted. I look at that St Mirren Killie game for a few months ago. Don't know what the referees were playing at in that one. But the reality is, this is a red. You know, it's knee high. Oh, he's apologised. Honestly, that doesn't mean anything. You know, if saying sorry was enough, no one would go to jail, no one would get sent off, and would never have beefs with anybody, because it's alright. Oh, it's alright, he said sorry. Oh, he said sorry. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, it's phenomenal. But anyway, yeah, a yellow is enough one. I'm not going to greet about it. I've moved on, but I've got a quota to fill, and this one was at the top of it, so let's now into the comments. Hatate gets savaged by the SPFL hammer throwers. This guy should be allowed one or two in return. Well, here, people have been sent off for tackling Hatate before. We can't give him double standards just because he gets battered by, you know, the shiter players in the league at the end of the day. But, yeah, that's the way it is. You know, if you flip this, if this is Liam Donnelly on Hatate, I'm convinced he gets sent off, and we can greet about Hatate's, or not Hatate, Donnelly's elbow on Schmeichel. But I tell you what happened first? Your best. Billy said never a red behave. I think Rio was lucky, but what about that elbow on Adair and Casper? Well, the Adair one's never a red. The Casper one for Donnelly, it could be a red. You know, it could have been given, but for me, it doesn't really. There's not much contact there, but I guess it's the intention, you know. Casper Schmeichel though, greeting like a little bitch about it afterwards. Thought that was quite funny, even though, yeah, I'll be greeting all season. I've heard it all before. RS, do they talk about the Kilmarnock guys tackling Casper foot snap? Do they talk about it? Here, do you want us to talk about it? Do you want us to put up for a poll, RS? See this whole gimmick though, that we're better and all this? Like, man, see, Hearts should have had a free kick last kick of the game against Rangers. Alright. Supers Killed said, I wouldn't be mad if he were to get a red as long as both elbows for Kelly were there as well. Oh, everyone gets a red, you're alright then. Blue Mac says, in the modern day, that's probably a red, to be honest. Personally, I think it should be a red, but I know some will disagree. We all know some will disagree. If that was a tackle on Hatate, he would be wanting a red to be shown, so it's only fair he should have been sent off. I respect that for Ramos, but that's it. You know, I had people saying, oh, you know, if you can't take you can't take a tackle, then you shouldn't be a footballer. That's all good, but you know, how many times have we seen, you know, I mean, our own players, right, which team you support, they always roll about. There's play acting involved, doesn't matter who it is, man. Alright, does that mean they're shite? Some of the best players in the world roll about like fannies, so I don't get that. What's done is done. Time for the international break. Well, the national team that gets scalped, we'll be talking about that pretty soon. Alright, it's Thursday, it is the morning. The elbow trying to catch Casper was disgusting. It should be looked at. He's definitely trying to land that on his chin. Look at the anger on the boy's face. He throws the elbow, and the ball's already miles away. Hatate, when he actually goes in with his toes pointed towards the ball with no studs showing. It's the fact he tries to pull at the tackles while the studs showing. When the contact is made with very little force, never a red. If he's moving at speed or puts weight into the foot, it could be a red, but he's actively backing out the challenge and never endangering causing a serious injury to the opposition player. Kenny, That's a red, Kenny. Kenny Spence. Yeah, I get it. There's not much velocity, and he's apologised. He's apologised. It's all right. It's all right. Only if Philip Clement could apologised, it would be all right. But yo, how many times have we seen that where players try to back out, and like you say, they've lifted their studs and it's been given us a red? Yo, as I said throughout this vid, it's not the worst decision you'll see this season, but based off other reds, it should be a red. Will Rio pulled out and had minimal contact. The Kelly player was at. Why don't you mention Adair Adams' nose or the snide elbow at Schmeichel? Not a thing. Behave roasters. I'll have to talk about that, mate. Behave roasters. How about you just go back to your wee green bike, mate, and fucking get your stabilisers out and riding a wee 20s plenty, son, and think you're a big tough man, alright? And I'll stick to making the fids. Alexander Cunningham. What a load of tripe, this latest nonsense. Try and demonise players is stupid. You go around any game of football, there'll be dozens are on call. What is Alexander on about, mate? What are you on about trying to demonise players? It's a bad tackle for Hatate. He didn't get sent off. It's a talking point. We've put it up for a vote. The same way Kieran Doyle ridiculously flung his hands in the air and gave away a free kick at Ibrox. Well, I say gave a free kick. It should have been a free kick, but he did it. Matthew Miles, the channel #1 fan here, should Wright have been sent off for elbowing a day in the face? Little biased channel. No, because it wasn't intentional. All right. He was eyes on the ball. But Hatate's wasn't intentional. Continue to greet folks. You know, there's nothing wrong with admitting. But see, I should write. It's always, but what about Kelly? What did Kelly do? Forget about what Kelly did, right? Forget about the right elbow. Forget about the Donnelly elbow or whatever he did to Schmeichel, right? Forget about whatever, right? Forget about the two Kelly incidents, right? What about Hatate? Should Hatate been sent off, yes or no? But we always have to bring up what the other team did. It's pathetic. You know, it's embarrassing at the end of the day, all right? But, all you have to say is, we were 2-0 up, but I won the game anyway. Probably should have been a red. That's all you've got to say. You don't have to be pathetic and, keep the green tinted specs on. Just admit it, folks. It's alright. It's alright. Come to terms with it. Hatate should have been sent off. We all know it. We all know it deep down. It's alright. Don't greet. It's alright. Hatate, he's not that type of player, but he did it sadly, and, he's going to get a retrospective ban. He's going to be banned for 4 seasons, apparently. That's what I'm hearing. That's what the brown envelopes are dishing out these days. Anyway, all banter.